So what we have here is a little load cell signal conditioner. I think the one I have actually doesn't say HS580, it says HX560 is what mine says. Don't know if it matters. Anyway, came from China, pretty cheap on eBay. But as usual, the stuff from China has some pretty poor instructions for how to hook it up, and especially in this case, how to program the thing so it reads correctly. So what I've got here is a little 25 pound capacity load cell. I have a 500 gram and 1000 gram weights, 9-volt battery. Thing works perfectly well on a 9-volt battery. First you have to get it hooked up right. The battery hooks up to the two terminals, which are labeled as VDD and ground. So that's pretty reasonable, I think. Second thing we have to do is hook up the load cell. The positive excitation is labeled as AVDD. The positive signal coming back is labeled as plus I. The negative signal is labeled as negative I. Negative excitation is the ground. That kind of makes sense. If the unit refuses to work, you probably have the polarity wrong, because this thing can only work with a positive load change. So if you set it up, calibrate it, and it doesn't seem to work, first thing I'd do is switch the polarity, which the easiest thing to do is switch the two signal wires. Anyway, once we have it hooked up, I have it wired up to the load cell, I have it wired up to the power. We can connect the display like that. We can hook up some power. Turns right on. Now there's 5 keys that we can use to set this up. There's a function key, there's an up key, there's a down key, there's an add, and there's a subtract key. Okay, those are the 5 keys which we have here across the bottom of the unit. If we hit the, right now it says is setting view number 1, which shows apparently the current weight. We hit the up key and it goes to number 2. This is the weight set. This is for calibration. I'm going to calibrate it with 1000 gram weight, so it says 1000 gram. You can change that by pressing the add button, or of course the subtract button. For the 1 space, if you want to press the function key, that'll do the tens. So there's 10, 20, 30. If you hit the function again, you can do the hundreds space. And if you hit it one more time, you get 1000 space. So I could calibrate this for whatever weight was appropriate. If I hit the up button again, I have the units. So if we scroll through the units, we have grams. This is interesting because grams is not weight. Grams is a mass, but I'll let you metric people worry about that. Kilograms, tons, and milligrams. We don't have an option for pounds, but who cares? We can figure that out if we need to. And if we hit the function key again, we go to number 4. Not the function key. Hit the up key. We go to number 4. I think this is the analog to digital converter reading, so this is probably just the, it's a 24-bit converter, so this is just the number that represents the voltage that's coming into the unit at this point. And if we hit up again, we're back to weight, the displayed weight. So the first thing we want to do is zero our reading. In this case, it actually is 0, but to zero the reading, what we hit is we hit function and add at the same time. So if I take this unit and I press the function button and then I press add, it says 0 calibration and tells me what it thinks it's saying right now. So I've zeroed it. Next we can calibrate it. For calibration, you're going to press the function plus the subtract key. So we're going to put our calibration weight on here. This is 1 kilogram. We're going to try not to vibrate here too much, so I'll push the function and subtract and let go. Pretty close. I'm off a little bit. I could redo that. Does not seem to like me today. Yeah, it's a little noisy. Don't like that. Let's try it again. There we go. Got it. I like that. If we take the 1 kilogram off, it eventually tries to go to 0. Let's run it again. Function add 0. Put the 1 kilogram on here and hit function subtract. Now 1,000 and back to 0. Let's put the 500 on. Looks pretty good. Lots of filtering here. You're not going to get high-speed response out of this. Anyway, thought that would help. Good luck.